What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So today I thought we'd talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart. Not in a good sense, in a bad sense. Along in the same veins as dealing with anxiety, I thought we'd talk about stress. Because apparently on Wednesday, thanks to our good friend Twitter, apparently was National Stress Awareness Day. And let me tell you something. If you have chronic or acute stress, trust me, you're very, very aware. You don't need a day for it. You're aware all the time. We know. So, stress. When you talk about stress, you gotta understand it from your head down to your body, because there's a little bastard in the back of your brain called the amygdala, and that's where stress originates. Because the amygdala is what sends a threat response to the rest of your body, telling your body that you're in danger. So your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure goes nuts, you start getting some brain fog because trying to figure out what to do with your life, and blood goes different places. Your digestive system doesn't do its thing anymore because all that important stuff is going to the parts of your body that need to deal with fight or flight. Which is great if you're running away from giant monsters trying to eat you, but as the human beings we are now, we're not doing that. So yes, there are times when the stress response is great, like when you're in actual immediate danger. But the problem is with chronic stress is that your body is on that high alert all the time, which is common with people with anxiety, because I deal with this, and a lot of people deal with this just in general, having a stress disorder or having anxiety as well. It kind of goes hand in hand, and it all really sucks. So, problem with stress arises from having it constant, because that's not good for your body. The constant high energy, the blood pumping like this all the time is not good for your body. It has detrimental effects on every part of you. And I was reading an article about the effects of stress, long-term stress, on your brain, and it actually causes a lot of brain damage to have chronic stress and that level of anxiety all the time. I can't remember the exact quote, but I will put it in a box here to show it to you. Maybe. We'll see. So I think you gotta really figure out the ways to bring your stress down, because it starts to destroy your body. It eats away at it constantly. And yes, there are appropriate times for stress, but not all the time. My body is exhausted all the time because it's running on that high energy threat all the time. So I get migraines super easily. I throw up because of stress super easily. I have a very, very high resting heart rate for someone who's 21 years old. Not everybody experiences chronic stress the same way. So for me, I get migraines. They start at the back of my neck, go all the way up into my head, and then it's just throbbing, horrible pain, and it's debilitating. It takes me out of whatever it was I was doing that was stressing me out, and it literally puts me in my bed for at least 15 hours. I can't. If I have a migraine, I'm done. I'm out. I can't. It makes it so painful that I can't do sound, I can't do light, I have certain whatever the word is for touchy stuff. I can't have certain clothing on me because it makes it worse. And sometimes I throw up because of stress. It's horrible, and that constant state of stress, my heart is going 1,000 beats per second, and it feels like something is constricting and tightening around my throat so I can't breathe, and it feels like this heaviest weight is on my shoulder and all of my body is compressed and it's just no. Stress is horrible, but nobody experiences the same way. But the important thing is that everybody finds a way to take a step back, calm yourself, because that's not healthy to feel like that all the time. In the past 3-4 years, I've been trying to learn ways to talk myself down and bring myself to from instead of here, I'm gonna be here, which is a huge thing when you deal with stress all the time, just to be able to take that little bit step down to calm yourself. But I'm sure there are those of you that suffer from stress all the time, like myself, that have a hard time bringing yourself down or have strange different ways of coping with it. But you just got to do what you got to do, because it's not safe, not good for your body to be running at those high levels all the time. And no, it's hard. So I've found that was going to talk about meditation, but I can't do it. Some people find a lot of success in meditating to bring their stress down, or reciting a mantra, or yoga, or that kind of stuff. Doesn't work for me. I don't have the patience. I can't slow myself down enough to do that. It's just, no. Sometimes it helps people to write stuff down. For the most part, I turn to exercise to put that stress, that pent-upness somewhere else. But at the same time, I will work out until I throw up. So I don't really have an off switch for anything. So it's just trying to figure out what works for you. And that kind of thing. I feel like I was supposed to come to like a conclusion, like a really good point. But then I started rambling. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to reach out to you guys and say I'm hoping that those of you that deal with chronic stress like I do have figured out a way to bring yourself out of this headspace down into this headspace so you can make yourself realize that the world isn't going to try and eat you. That, you know, maybe walking outside and not writing your paper for an hour isn't going to be the worst thing in the world and your head won't explode. Because trust me, I've been in that headspace. I know how illogical it is and how irrational. Doesn't mean I don't think it, doesn't mean I don't have to fight that voice in my head saying, your head's gonna explode if you walk out that door without finishing your paper. I get it. You just gotta find your ways to take that deep breath, sit back, and relax. Try not to take a nap because I always fall asleep because of stress. Stress naps are a thing and they're very important. Yeah, other than that, I hope you guys are doing alright because we're getting into finals and I know for me that's super fucking I tried so hard not to swear. I just know that's super stressful for a lot of us, so I'm hoping all of you have your ways to calm yourself down and we can get through this together. So I'll see you guys next time.